Well, ladies and gentlemen, it says we're live, so we must be live. This is Tim Dowd for Living with MS in Tenerife. And what a beautiful view. We'll just let this boat go past, and then we'll pick up and go and have a little walk. So I see who's online. Flying Trucker was on at 5:10. Gianni was on. Jeff Daniels is on. Charlie, oh that's Pauline, sorry. Charlie's on. Anthony's on, good evening. Maria's on, good evening. Let's see what we got. Oops, I'm dropping stuff here. So, that is a beautiful view, isn't it? Go to selfie mode, here we go, ladles and jelly spoons. We're at the bottom of the main street in Craicmaster, coming down here on Calle La Lava, which is the lava street, and we're opposite the Casa Maria. I'll go wide for you there, give you an idea. So this is Pearly Grey on the left here, and then the Albatross complex and the corner Italian bar, aptly named the Italian Corner. And we're over at Casa Maria. Down there is the Atlantic Holiday Company. So that's two hotels right on the front there. And in the corner behind that hotel is a great restaurant called Delphine, the Dolphin. I can't see your comments at the moment, so do bear with me. I'm going to find a pub and we'll have a drink in a minute. So let's go and show you the those of you just joining us. It's Tim Dowd for Living with MS in Tenerife. I'm in Callao, or Callao as the Brits call it. Callao Salvaje, which means savage. Salvaje. So steak 21. I'd not actually eaten in this one. I ate in the other one. They've got 3 in the area, and somebody said there wasn't too good here, but that must have just been a hiatus, I think, because it's usually very good. But it should be for the price anyway. It's probably the most expensive on the strip. Then we've got this bar Cebo. This is, I think it's Belgium. And Shangri-La, where we were the other week. I'm not going there again. Okay. Going further down, we're going to look at the beach, and then we'll come back. So I'll get up on here so you can have a look through here. This is the view from Little Germany, which is opposite. Parking's getting worse here. As you can see, they're parking all over the place. This is another restaurant, Sea Soul, down here, down in the corner there. Let's have a quick look. So this is in the grounds of the Atlantic Holiday Company. We got a bar, let's see if we can get a pint. So this looks like a nice little bar here. It's not open. We'll have a look at the view at the end, and then we'll come back and see if we can have a pint here. So this is the Atlantic Holiday Company. The glass is a little bit thin, so I'll put you above. That's a beautiful view, isn't it? Let's see if we can get a pint. Hola señor, ¿está abierta? ¿Está abierta hoy? A las 6 abrimos, sí. ¿A las 6? Para beber, a las 6:30 para comer. ¿Beber ahora? ¿Ahora mismo? A las 6, sí. A las 6. Ya. Ok. Ahora mismo. Sí, ahora mismo. En 30 segundos. Una jarra. So we're going to have a beer. I'll turn you around. Selfie. There we go. We've got nice music here, but I think it's copyright-free music. And I've got my iPad here so I can see what you're saying. There we go. Ooh, loads of people. So, I'm missing loads. We got 28 people in the chat. Carlson just about to go out. Watch you and catch you tomorrow. Okay, see you later. Simon's on. Muchas gracias, señor. I don't know what beer this is, but it's very English. Look at that. Oh, it's very nice. It probably is Amstel, but we shall see. We shall see. Just about to go out, we got that one. Hi, crazy elephant lady, Steve and Julie. Good evening, everyone. I'm in the background, hi tree. Ian says Mark, Julie Wade, Jeff Son, Ali Bennett, hiya. Pete and Shell are on, Ian the doorman. Good evening, everybody's just saying good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Rick and Shelley's on. Hi team, happy Friday. Hope everything's great. The weekend, you got the background listening whilst doing the chores as per. Lol. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't come out with that mass thing yesterday. Everybody was excited when we heard all the stories about what might happen, and then they didn't do it, which annoyed me. And obviously everybody's sort of like saying, okay, where's all the information and stuff, and it never happened. But the law, I looked at the law as it is at the moment, and you still have to wear a mask in the street if you cannot guarantee a 1.50 meter distance. And nobody, and I mean nobody, apart from me, is following that rule. So I think basically it's just, it's like the speed limit, you know, everybody ignores it. So, hello Jeff, hello, a pint of falling down juice. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm going to drink this quick because this one doesn't count because this is just the thirst quench. It's not really a beer. I was going to open the room today and I forgot my earphones, so I don't know whether I can. Because I didn't get to meet Johnny Vlogger, and I was thinking of letting him in the room today, but I don't have my earphones with me, Johnny, so I apologise for that. Well, you can come on one of the lives next week if you want. Alan Fraser, evening team, and everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. Weather glorious in Scotland, but you'd rather be in Tenerife. Cole's place is Cole's on, reporting for duty. Timmy boy, Sonny leaving in Fife, leaving on a jet plane, Ray Duffy. Hi, good, thanks. Everybody's saying okay. Let's get down. Your Spanish is not bad, Tim. Hope you're okay. Yeah. I usually get around with, are you open, can I have a beer? I think that's probably universal, isn't it? Or what time do you open? Cuando abiertas? We were in Santa Cruz today. Okay, thumbs up, yes please. So, I'll keep looking at those. Let me just stick it up here, there you go. Oh, you know what I can do? I can actually use this as a second camera to give you a nice view of the rest of the place. So I'll share the device, share the camera. And then what I'll do is I'll use this one for me. So hopefully I can do this on the phone. No, not yet. Cameras. Oh, there we go, iPad mini. So I've added the sauce. Now I should be able to choose it and go to solo this one, and then go to selfie mode. There you go. That's better. So we'll do that with this one, and then we can turn this one around to the big mode here, and there you go. So no, I can't do it now. I can't see your comments now. Oh gosh, I can't see your comments now, which is a shame. But there you go. Let's get rid of this one then. That's gone. I was being clever, you see, and then I wasn't being clever in the end. I've closed the comments as well now. It doesn't matter. We're in Santa Cruz today, and Christina has this regular, I say regular, it's every year, has this checkup from the multiple sclerosis department, the Unidad Esclerosis Multiplica in Santa Cruz, and we've been waiting 2 years for this appointment. And he says, don't come without a resonancia, you know, it's like an MRI. And so we've been trying to organise, like I called him up and he says, yeah, come to us. And then I'm calling the other guy up and say, well, can I get the, CAT scan for the wife? Oh yeah, but we can't guarantee it. I said, well, I mean, it's a waste of time going up to Santa Cruz to see the doctor if he doesn't have the form. And they've moved it twice. They've moved it from last year to this year, so they actually pushed it out a year because of COVID. And now they pushed it from January to March. So I thought, well, I'll get it by March. And they said, yeah, we organised it before Christmas. We'll call you. Anyway, they didn't call, and we're not getting the appointment. So I said, what do we do? So we were gonna like not go this morning. And I said, look, let's go and just tell him the problem we're having. So we went up there, and due to parking and the new roads and all that, we got there on time, but there was no parking spot outside the hospital. So we had to go and find parking. By the time we came back, we were 10 minutes late. So I put the card in the machine, and it pops out. It says you can get your appointment up to 15 minutes after the appointment time. So I went, okay. So we got it, and we got a number, and then we got to go up to floor 6, and the elevators are terrible. I mean, they're so slow, and people don't let you get in with the wheelchair. And then I said, well, you've all got legs, get out and do the stairs. Anyway, so we eventually got up there late, and the woman opened the door, and I just walked straight in. I went, number 1, she goes, okay. So I went all the way down to number 1 where we used to go, and then she comes back, she says, were you called? I said, no, we always come here and sit here. Oh no, it's changed, she says. You've got to get a number downstairs. I said, well, I got the number because you sent me a text to get a number. So I got the number. Oh, all right, she says. The doctor's not here yet. I said, well, we're late, so that means he's late as well. Yeah, he's late as well. So anyway, we waited. The thing was at 10 to 10, and we got there at 10 o'clock, or just after 10 o'clock. And we got up to the floor about 5 past 10, so we're 15 minutes late. Anyway, he turns up at 11. So he says, oh, Christina, come on, let's go in. So he speaks a little bit of German as well, and but it was mostly Spanish. And what happened then is he said, where's the resonancia? I said, well, they couldn't organise it. And I was trying to work out what Spanish was. They couldn't organise it because it's been a brewery, but it didn't come to mind, or it didn't translate very well. But he laughed, and he says, just a minute. He says, and he walked out. Anyway, he left us there for about 10 minutes alone. Let me just get me back on here so I can see your things. He left us for about 10 minutes alone, and there you go. And then he come back in with like a folder, like one of these old ring binders. Anyway, he's opened the ring binder up, and he's going through, and it's got months and months and months. And it's got this, each sheet has got 5 appointments on it in 15-minute intervals. And it's between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. It's like 1 hour. And it must be his allocation of this thing. And he's got like 4 sheets a month, each with 4 appointments, each on a Thursday, between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So anyway, we got the 7th of April at 3:15, the appointment, in Mahon, which is in the hospital here in the south. And then he says, then come to me on the 29th, and he just wrote a ticket. So I got 2 tickets, bang, bang. I said, well, why don't you do last time? Oh, last time he was telling me I'll ring up 6 months beforehand and all that. I said, why don't you just, next time I said, I'll just come to you and you just write me 2 tickets and then, well, I'll be done with it. But it was all manual, nothing in the computer or anything. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it here. But anyway, it worked. And funnily enough, my neighbour needed something with a hip. And she went to the doctors on Wednesday and they got an appointment this morning for an x-ray and an hour later with the specialist. So in certain circumstances, it's great, the health service here. In other circumstances, they couldn't organise the proverbial in a brewery. But there you go. Let's see what you said. I wear mine in the shops and we get weird looks from people. I still wear mine going into shops. Yeah, you still have to wear your ones going into shops here as well. And I think basically, talking about the masks, when I was in Singapore and China, if people had a cold, they would wear a mask to protect others. So I think that's a good thing. So I think we'll get used to it anyway. Have I frozen? No, I've not frozen. I'm just keep looking down, don't I? There we go. Don't worry about it. But you can't do that. Señor, mi cerveza está evaporada. Es evaporada. Necesito una nueva. Demasiado sol, sí. It's too much sun. Evening, Matman. Sounds very hit and miss. No, it's not. I mean, the actual normal doctors is fine. You know, you go on your online, you do an online thing and you get it within a few days or at least a week. I mean, usually the next week. And if you are an emergency, you just go down and sit there until she says hello. So it's not bad. It's you walk in. That was quick. That's what I know. That's what I know, as they say. There we go. Oh, I don't know what language I'm bloody speaking now. Yeah, so that was all right. What else did we do? We didn't do a lot, actually, since balcony banter. Yesterday, I just spent the whole day in the house, and I ended up cooking... oh, no, I went to see a mate of mine. A friend of ours has arrived on Monday, so I went to see her. And we're going out for dinner with them on Sunday. We've got a little Germany on Sunday with them, so that'd be nice. So Christine's out on Sunday. I don't know what's happening on Monday because Sunday and Monday we're supposed to be getting a massive storm. And let me have a look at this. Where is it? I think I've selected it here. Take a look at this. So as you can see, we have this anticyclone to the northwest of us. And it's going to drop down to the Canary Islands by Sunday. So that's the, we've got this thing. Alan Fraser, thank you so much for the donation there. I shall put that to good use immediately. Yeah, so this anticyclone is up the northwest of us, so up by Greenland it is. And it's going to throw us a wobbly down on Sunday. And it's supposed to be going to be torrential rain and storms. So it's going to be like Sunday, Monday, maybe into Tuesday with trailing end. But I think the storm will just be like a quick flash in the pan going past us because it's traveling pretty fast. So that was the prognosis, and we'll see whether the actual thing really happens. Because sometimes they prognosticize something and it doesn't happen. So, but we'll see. So if you are on the island this weekend, bring a rain mac. Don't bring a brolly because it'll blow away. Whilst I'm on and chit-chatting, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thanks, Rick. And Carl, of course, for doing that. So yeah, it's I'm trying to increase the number of people we've got subscribing. It seems to be going up pretty slow at the moment, which is a good thing because that means we've got a solid base of people. But if you're on the sidelines and you still haven't pressed the subscribe button, consider doing it, because you do get notifications of when I upload something. And if you put the all notifications on, you get notified when I do a community post, or when I'm doing a live, or when I upload a drive around or something like that. So let's take this off again. What's that? Oh yeah, we're having a little bit of Oh Island in the Sun. I'm having fun with my new microphone and the big camera, but I haven't managed to get out and do anything meaningful at the moment. I've got to do, by the end of the month, next week, I've got to do a cinematic 3-minute movie to enter this competition to see if I can win a MacBook Pro. So I've got to do something that's sort of like daily, you know, like everyday stuff, but film it cinematically. And then you've got to use this motion VFX titles and the transitions just to do that. So if you're going to go to motionvfx.com, I don't have a what's it called, a link where I get paid for it, but go to motionvfx.com if you have a Mac, or if you're using DaVinci Resolve, they got it for that as well. But they got it for Final Cut, and that's a great resource there. I do all my 3D stuff with them, so that's pretty cool. Talking about 3D stuff, the intro to this one's one of theirs as well that I just changed. Is the latest COVID figures. They put them up on the 22nd, and they didn't do one yesterday, and then they put them up today at 2 o'clock. So it's looking pretty good. So let me just show you the latest COVID figures here. I'll mute myself. Okay, this is your COVID for today. The whole of the Canary Islands has 15,448 active cases, with 165 in hospital and 19 in ICU. And if we go over to Tenerife now, we only have 6,442, with 76 in hospital and only 6 in ICU. And as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, the incidence rate is going well down. I think it's now today at 387.4. And that was your COVID for the 25th of March, 2022, recorded at 2 p.m. So that should give you an idea of what it's like. So we've got a lot of active cases now, but basically the hospitals are empty and the ICUs are not full at all now. So I think that's the reason that they're deciding to relax some of the rules, that it has become endemic, and we just got to treat it like a bad dose of the flu now. So it's like flu, but it's a lot more catching than the flu. And if we end up getting a strain that's sort of more deadly and gets past the vaccinations and stuff, then obviously they'll have to react again. But I think they're doing pretty well now and saying, yeah, okay, it's sort of over. We've got other things to worry about now anyway. For those of you interested, there are 2 online seminars tomorrow. One during the day about the war in the Ukraine, and we've got some Ukrainian people and some Russians coming on to give a talk about causes and consequences. So what are the causes and the consequences? We all know that it's a humanitarian disaster, and we all know that it's an aggression by the Russian state on another state, which is totally abhorrent. But they want to make sure that it doesn't happen again, and hopefully we find a resolution to this. So tomorrow, Stop the War Coalition is doing two seminars. The one in the morning is a 2-part, so in the morning till lunchtime, and then in the afternoon about Ukraine, and then the evening at 5 is the 7-year war that's still going on in Yemen that the West are funding, especially America and Britain with the Saudis. So if you're interested in anything like that, I know that I don't talk politics a lot, but when I do, I'm avid about it. So if you want to learn about the causes and consequences of the Ukrainian war, if you want to learn more about what's happening in Yemen and who's supplying the arms and the know-how, and unfortunately it's us, then those are two things. Stop the War Coalition. I'll put a link in the description. I haven't done it yet, but I will do afterwards. And if you're interested, and it's an online seminar, it's free. Okay, what else we got? I don't have anything else, but I'll just have a quick look, see what you're saying. My local Facebook page, everyone complains about DRS. Is that Dresden? Or doctors? Have a beer or two, Tim. I'm having a couple tonight. Yeah, I'm having a couple of beers tonight. Oh, I've missed a lot. Carl's Place looking at the pot. Back out for a cheeky win in a few weeks, Tim, but they've moved the flights from Bournemouth to Saturday, Tuesday from Friday, Monday. Saturday, Tuesday. Not a lot happening on Mondays, apart from Monday meetup, of course. Having a Chinese takeaway tonight. Can't wait. Been ill with COVID. Oh dear. We're having sliced mushrooms and onions in a cream sauce with semmelknödel. And a semmelknödel is bread soaked in milk overnight. So and it's like the dark German bread soaked in milk overnight and then squashed into a dumpling with a bit of flour and some spices. And luckily enough, I can buy them by the company called Fanny. So all I need to do is to steep them in boiling water or boiled water and salt for about 5 minutes, and then they sort of like, when they float to the top, they're done. And then I stick them in the sauce with the mushrooms. And I'm going to go and get a pork sausage for myself in mine. Christina wants vegetarian, but I'm having a pork sausage. If you do the bread dumplings as well, you can also put bacon bits in it, but don't forget to fry the bacon first before you do it. There you go. Tina Rigby, good evening. Had a busy day, I see. Don't worry, you know, if you can't come on the lives, then you can always watch on catch up. And the best thing about catch up is that you can fast forward past the rubbish. Because I talk a lot of rubbish sometimes. In fact, I never stop talking, do I? I really never stop talking. I think it's because I want to fill the void. And in filmmaking circles, you can't really leave a space to be filled. Well, that's more like radio, really. I suppose in film you can do it with pictures, but you shouldn't. If you're on like a magazine show like this is a sort of a magazine show, then you got to talk all the time, which is a shame. But I do like the sound of my own voice. You know what I mean? Okay, yes, you guys are. Gatwick passport control, an hour to get through. Oh dear, is that getting into Gatwick from here? That's terrible. Must have watched one of your vlogs, Johnny. Say we're not letting him in. And hello everyone, went out my bike after work and went for a cake and a coffee. Always try to join the lives, but sometimes it's a rush. Yeah. If you ever feel like you want to chat to me, send me an email and I'll come on Facebook, FaceTime with you or something like that. Or we could even use this system where you go on. If you just want to chat for something. In fact, if anybody wants to chat, not like being sent out to YouTube, but just with me for some reason or whatever, then let me know and we'll organise a time. I've always got 15-20 minutes sometime in the day, and we can organise it and we'll have a chit chat. And once you get used to talking to me here, then maybe you'll come on a Freaky Friday as a guest when I remember my earbuds. Josie and the Pussycats were good. Oh, when are you coming over? Oh, you did tell me, but when are you coming over? Hit the thumbs, everyone. Graham, I think you go on a bike run so you can go to the wee kick. I think he does, you know. It's like me, actually. I wasn't going to drink tonight. And then I thought, who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? I have actually still lost 4 kilos, which means I put 1 back on because I lost 5 originally. But 4 kilos in 2 and a bit months isn't bad. I had I haven't posted it yet, but I had a fantastic, what's it called? Pretzel today. It was like salad on it and goat's cheese and a little bit of pate, and I put a little bit of dressing on the side. Oh, it was fantastic. You'll see that tomorrow morning when I post it, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. You'll see my daily food. If you're not following the shorts on the daily food, I don't know whether it comes up on computers or TVs, but go to the shorts and you can follow along what the weather's like, what the temperature is, and what I'm eating. So I think that's a good resource for people, because you can go back and look to see what the thing was there. So this is cool. This is cool. I've never been in this restaurant before. I mean, I don't even know. ¿Cuánto cuesta la cerveza?
2.70 la jarra.
La jarra?
2 euros con 70 céntimos.
2 euros 70.
70.
€2.70. €2.70 for a beer. It's not the 150 beer, but it's a good one. I'm going to have to take out a mortgage to drink here. I'm just joking. In fact, it's all been paid for. Thanks to Alan Fraser. There we go. In fact, I could have another one. In fact, I could have another 2. Paying pounds. Yeah, but Google take 30%. So what's that? 9, 30%, $6. That's what, €7? Yeah. I can have another one. Thank you, Alan. But don't worry about Google taking money, because they actually set the system up that it's easy for you to use. So without them, you'd have to do all the rigmarole of going to timothydowd.com and then going through PayPal. And one of you guys, and I don't know whether he wants to be named, but I won't name him. One of you guys set up a regular payment to my bank, but when Britain left the EU, they started charging for direct transfers to foreign bank accounts. And I thought it was terrible. I thought it was really, really terrible. I think they charged him and they charged me for the privilege of him sending me money. So it is always better, if you want to support the channel, to go through PayPal and make sure that you put down friends and family, because then it's just like giving me cash in my hand and not buying a service. It does say, do you want to protect your purchase? Then of course PayPal will take their business cut. But if you just want to put in an anonymous amount, and even for $1 or $2, you know, any amount that you want to give, you can do that on PayPal. And don't forget Rick and Shelley and Cole's Place and everybody who's doing stuff like this and taking time out of the day to do this content. It's only you guys watching that helps us do it, because if nobody watches, why are we doing it, you know? And it's a cathartic exercise for me, because it gives me something that I can do without Chris and with Chris. So it's like both. It's both. It's like a hobby on my own and a hobby with the missus. I quite like it, you know. But I live in a fantastic place, don't I? I mean, you've really got to take stock of your life and say, what is happiness? And I know that some people always think you're waiting for something. Oh, it'd be great when I'm old enough to drink, or it'd be great when I go to college, or it'd be great when I finish college, or it'd be great when I get married, it'd be great when I have kids, or it'll be great when there's always this, it'll be great when and well, we've got to work towards this to do that. But unfortunately, happiness happens right now with me and you. If you're happy in this moment, that's real life. And if you miss real life by waiting for the point when I retire, we're going to see the world might not even be there, you know. So it is never too early. It's never too early to make that decision to live your life and not finance your waiting room to enjoy yourself. I know it's easy for me to say. and we've had a lot of luck as well. And we've had also a lot of unluck, but you don't think of that. I mean, Christina being ill, we'd love it for her to be healthy, right? We'd love it to be healthy, but she isn't. So therefore, we take that as what we have, and we work with it. So you work within your boundaries. It's like me. I can't run a marathon at the moment. I probably can do when I've lost about 300 kilos, but I'm working within my boundaries at the moment. I'm actually working within these boundaries. It's actually getting to me. It's getting to me. This. Thank you so much, Graham. Have a beer on me. It won't be long until we meet up Monday and buy you a live one. Graham, you're such a fantastic guy. I really want to meet you, and if you can't make meet up Monday, that's fine by me. Just call me and I will be there. I will be there for you. In fact, anybody really. We ended up having a meet-up Tuesday last week with 4 couples, just because I was in the area and Chris came. We said I promised her ice cream. She got a coffee in the end. But yeah, so this meet-up Monday was an idea that we had to say that if you're on the island and you want to guarantee that you're going to see us, register online at timothydow.com, go to the Meetup Monday thing, say I'm coming, and then we will definitely be there. So that was the reason we did that. But I'm open to being any Tuesday or Thursday. I've got time to come and say hello. Unfortunately with Johnny, it was sort of like he was in the north when I was in the south, and that didn't work. Cole worked fine, but anytime you want to come and do it. But thanks, Graham, for that. That means I've got to have another beer. Oh dear. Lo siento, mi cerveza está evaporada. Sí. My beer has evaporated. Muchas gracias, señor.
Quítase el sol porque el sol.
El sol.
La cerveza con el sol.
I'm glad he's agreeing with me because I'm only going to pay for the first one. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not like that. I hope they take a card. Yeah, bank, can you put another 20 grand in the beer account, please? Yeah, 20 grand, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Graham's paying and Alan, yeah, they're all going to pay. Yeah, we'll put it in. Okay, see you later, bye. That was the bank. Muchas gracias, señor.
Nada, señor.
Hey, Amstel.
Amstel.
Amstel, it is Amstel, yeah, we did that. But that's the last one tonight, I haven't watched you for a while, Tim, due to work commitments. Got to say, I think your diet, walks and working are looking relatively radiant. Looking good, sir. Thank you so much. It's the light as well, you know, you got to get the right lighting, you know. Pete and Shell, the one thing saying we will do this and then we will retire, but you don't know what's going to be done with your health. Do it now. You know, I believe that if you take the chance and you design your life the way you want it, it'll happen. I was worried when I was working to say, how am I going to afford my 8,000 a month lifestyle when I retire? Because I won't be getting 8,000 a month. And now I'm living on 1,200. So, you know, I mean, what do you say? Well, no, I'm not living on 1,200. What am I living on? 1,500. I'm living on 1,500. But I mean, it's a total reduction in income. But I was worried. I wanted to keep my working life, if you like. And I thought, well, you don't do that. What you do is you realize what your income can be, and then you live to that level. And it's a weird way of thinking, I know that. I know it's a weird way of thinking. But you've got to be happy doing what you do. Is that a thing? Be happy doing what you do? Be happy in your skin and realize you don't need stuff. I know I've got gadgets, right? I know I've got gadgets. But you don't need to collect stuff. So decide what you want out of life. As Christina always said, I want to wake up late I want to have brunch overlooking the sea. I want to rest in the afternoon and have a bottle of wine when the sun goes down. And that's life. Heather, thank you so much for the beer account. The good thing is I can blame all you guys for coming home drunk. I heard though that if you drink fast, it doesn't go in your bloodstream that much. Eh? You will spend what you earn, so earn less, you will just spend less. Graham, you don't know how true that, oh, you do know how true that is, obviously. But basically, I always spent 110% of my wages. That means I was always living on an overdraft. Even when I was earning 8-9 grand a month, I was always spending it, 2 cars, big house, yada, yada, yada. And at the end of the year, I was just lucky enough to get a year's bonus. And the bonus would actually just clear the overdraft. And we start at 0 in January. And a mate of mine said one day, he said, Tim, you earn such a lot of money. Dave Bonney, in fact, Dave Bonney. Dave Bonney was probably my best mate, because I don't have a lot of physical mates, mainly because not a lot of people can stand me, but for long periods. Dave Bonney was probably my best mate, and we'd meet up after work for a quick beer before I went home. That's where it all started, by the way. He's a musician. Unfortunately, he's dead, God rest his soul. But Dave Bonney, if you go on Spotify or something and listen to some of his music, I actually get paid pennies on the dollar if you listen to his music, because I own his music. But he always said to me, Tim, you're rich, give me money. And I said, well, there's 3 things wrong with that sentence, First of all, I'm not rich. I earn a lot of money, but I'm not rich. Secondly, if I give it to you, I won't be rich. And thirdly, what was thirdly? I have no idea what I'm talking about. I had a 3-point thing there right in my head. Okay, cut. If I give it to you, I'm not rich. Anyway, it must have been the first one as well. But anyway, he was really amazed that I actually had to borrow money and have an overdraft, earning the amount of money I did. But I told him, how much is your flat? And he says, well, I don't know what he paid, 400 euros rent on his flat in Germany back in the 80s, no, 90s, and in Germany. And we were paying 3,000 a month mortgage, because I borrowed like 100%. Yeah, in fact, I probably borrowed 110%. So, and then I had 2 cars, and then I had this, that, and the other. And before you know it, all the money's gone. As Graham was saying, as Angry Velo was saying, you'll always spend what you earn. And the clue is, and unfortunately, most of you are too old to benefit from this, but tell your kids and grandkids that when you start work, put 10% away, just 10%. So whatever you earn, if you're earning 1,500, put 150 away a month. That's your 10% from your net pay, right? Your net pay. He says, and then every time you get a raise, put 50% of the raise away. And that will add up to a down payment on a house. Ian the doorman, have another pint while you think about it. I think that's the problem, actually. I'm drinking the brain cells away. Oh, I'm missing it all. Just joined. Where are you? Roger Channing. I'm actually opposite Little Germany. I'm in a new restaurant called, what do we call it? Sea something or other? Sea Bass? I can't even remember what it's called. But basically the Atlantic Holiday Company, which is down in the corner of Kawasaki, is opposite Little Germany. So Little Germany is in this complex here, El Ancla, the anchor. And there you go. And I'm in the new restaurant here. They got like music up here, but I think it's sort of like copyright free sort of like elevator music, as they call it. Have another pint while you think about it. Pat of the duck, I would live on beans if it was the sun like you are, beautiful but not sea things, just the weather I'm happy. You know, I went shopping and you can buy fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh meat if you're a meat eater, a couple of tinned stuff like tinned tomatoes and passata, then you got olive oil, salt and pepper, then you got your yogurts and stuff. And apart from that, you don't really need a lot. You know, if you sort of like buy for you don't go and buy for the week, because you end up saying, I might need this and I might need that. Buy specific menus. So on a Sunday or on a Saturday or whenever you want, sit down and say what you're thinking of eating next week. And then you go, okay, we'll do this on Monday, this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday. So you have a plan, and then you just buy what's on the list of ingredients for those things. And you can always do like, well, the leftovers of Monday could go into Tuesday's stew, or the leftovers of Thursday I can freeze, or well, I'll cook this and it'll make 4 portions, but we're only going to eat 1 and I'll freeze 3. So plan that, and then you can basically live dirt cheap here. You really can. If you start buying processed food and stuff, and you go and do like a supermarket shop where you buy for the week, where you buy a load of crap you don't need, and you ends up like looking at it in the fridge and it's moldy, or it's in the back of a cupboard somewhere doing nothing, then you're just wasting money. So if you have a plan, and you can live really, really cheap on super fresh food here. Rubbish on the beer now, quality German beer, that, haha. The wine is rubbish, okay, there you go. My mum would have been 100 this week. In April, my dad would have been 20, we would have been 99, 98 and 99. We are not all as good at cooking as you two. You know, I don't cook. I do not cook. A lot of people say I'm a good cook. I follow recipes. I mean, sometimes I'll swap something out if I don't have it, and I sort of know what goes with what. But to tell you the truth, it never tastes as good as when I follow a recipe. I'm really, what's the word? I look online on YouTube at recipe things, you know, people cooking stuff. And I also buy Jamie Oliver's books, mainly because he's accessible, and you can usually get a video of what he's cooking as well, so just to get the bits and bats. But he's got a great team behind him, which puts flavors together that you would never do. And I've got some fantastic recipes of him. But basically, follow the recipe. Now, if you don't have time, that's a problem, because it does take time to follow recipes. But if you, as I say, plan the shop, then you plan to start the cooking, and you realize, if I want to eat at 7:15 when the sun goes down, I've got to put this in by then, this in by then, and then you work backwards. So like tonight, I'm starting from scratch when I get home. So I'm going to go home, stick the pan on the heat, put the mushrooms in on a dry pan to let them sort of like get nutty, and then go and do something else, get Christina ready, whatever. And then I'll come back and I'll stick the onions in with a little bit of oil, and that'll start sizzling up. The mushrooms will be there now. And then I'll get the cream ready and boil some water to get a little bit of stock. And then I'll boil the kniddles, the little dumplings, ready, and I'll put my sausage in the oven. I mean, I know you shouldn't really just put one sausage in the oven, that's all I'm going to do. And then basically get Christina ready. Then in half an hour, sausage is done, the kniddles are ready, the mushrooms and is ready for the cream. Put the cream in, do the sauce, and you're done. And the spices are in the recipe. So anyway, I'm waffling again, aren't I? I waffle a lot. Whoa! Stephen Brennan, hi Tim, say hello to my beautiful wife Claire, please. 25 years married this year, coming over in November and have a drink on us. Steve Brennan and Claire, I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And when you come over in November, don't forget we've got Meetup Mondays, if it's still going then. If not, contact me and we'll definitely say hello. And we'll come out and, oh, I'll definitely have a beer with you. Thank you so much for your support there. Okay. I've been ignoring you, I realise that, sorry. Thanks all, just saves time and money, not knowing what to do to cook. A plan for 3 to 4 days at a time. If you don't know what to cook, the best thing you can do is go back to January and look at my 1-minute shorts of breakfast and dinner. And that'll give you some ideas. And if there's something you see in one of those little shorts that you say, what was that? Or how do you cook that? Or where did you get the recipe? Contact me and I'll send you the link to the YouTube channel where I got the recipe, or the book where I got it, or I'll just write the recipe out for you. It's one of the two, one of the 3 things. So there you go. So if you, because that's the worst, is knowing what to cook or deciding what to cook. And so if you don't know what to decide to cook, just cook the thing I cooked yesterday. In fact, you don't even have to think anymore. I'm doing all the thinking for you. You cook what I did yesterday. So go and have a look what happened yesterday. I think it was gnocchi with gorgonzola sauce and a salad, right? And you can buy the gnocchi or you can make it, or gnocchi or whatever you call it, gnocchi. Yeah, so if you want to take the ideas out, then just go and have a look to see what I've did and copy it. There you go. You could be a surrogate Tim. I do loads of cooking, but I batch cook and freeze it during the week. I just defrost, heat and eat. Defrost, heat and eat. There you go. Talking about defrosting. This is going down too well. I hope Christina hasn't found out how to get onto the computer and watch these things. They all start out good intentions but never follow through. Story of my life, that is. In fact, I'm such a perfectionist, right, that it has to be done in my head first. And if I can't actually do what I want to do in my head, I don't do anything. So it's called the perfectionist sort of like, what's the word? You're stuck, you don't got like writer's block or doing something block. You know, if you can't do it perfectly, you can't do it. I remember when I was at work, I used to have these ideas of doing stuff, and I would need a team of like 40 people to realize what I'm doing. And they wouldn't give me the team. So I ended up not doing anything, because they said, where's the deliverable, Tim? I said, yeah, well, I couldn't do it the way I wanted to do it, so I didn't do it. I was quite lucky at work, actually, because I had a boss, and he said, for those 10 minutes that you actually work in the month, you're worth the money we pay you. Because I used to come up with ideas, and I would come up with a money saving or an efficiency or a communicative idea every month that changed the way the company worked. And I was way ahead of my time. A lot of the bosses or the bosses' bosses didn't like the way I did stuff, because I wasn't, what's the word? The company I worked for was very hierarchical, but I would talk to anybody, you know, I would talk to everybody the same. So I would, if I needed something, I would go straight to the top. I'd bypass all the middle managers and go straight to the top and tell the guy, I think that you need to do this, and I can supply it. And they would go and say, this guy's come to me and said he can do this, he can do this. And then all the bosses go on all the way down till it got to because I'd been to my boss and told him, and no, I don't think it's a good idea, Tim. No, I don't think it's a good idea, Tim. You know, you're blocked. So I'd just go straight to the top, and it would filter down, and then eventually my boss would get the thing from on high to say, do this. But I had one boss, and he was totally open to everything, because he says, you know, Tim, you don't work a lot. You know, you're not normal like everybody else. But those 1 or 2 ideas you have a month, They're gold wert is what he used to say. They're worth their weight in gold. So that's how I made my name. Money name. There you go. It used to be a fantastic cook. Michelle taught me a lot. Used to make curries from scratch, made my own sauces and stock, fish fillet, the lot now. Fish, fillet fish, the lot now. So much, haha. Just, if you got the time, you can cook. Actually, there's a book from Jamie Oliver called 5 Ingredients, and they are fantastic, very, very quick meals, very tasty, that you can do yourselves. We're at 55 minutes now. Where did the time go? I was going to have another beer in little Germany before I went home. I'm going, Germany. What were you thinking of buying? Oh, I've missed a load of stuff now. Cole says, I love cooking, having my favourite homemade chips, egg, mushy peas, food of the gods. The mushy pea god. I know him personally. Love my slow cooker. Ah. Christina loves her slow cooker as well. Unfortunately, the slow cooker is me. Oh, what a fantastic light now. Let's turn you around and show you the sunset. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. Let's see if I can just turn down the sun a little bit there. There you go. I'm in paradise. It's amazing that nobody's here. There you go. So that's where I am now, opposite Little Germany, in the Atlantic Holiday Company new bar. Well, it's actually it was an old restaurant, but it closed down during COVID. And I think it's called, I don't know what it's called. I'll find out what it's called. So, Jill C and the Pussy's Cats, message retracted. It's probably saying, Tim, you're a fantastic, good-looking guy. So I'm going to go to Little Germany, I've won, because I've got to go and say hello to Kirsten there. And I shall pay for these now. Beautiful. That was a beautiful sunset, yeah. I was talking on Tuesday to a lot of people who were thinking of moving over here, and the thing that I do recommend is don't come over here and expect it to be the same as when you're on holiday. Now, I know I'm out and about, and I know I sit and have a drink, and you think, oh, that's great. I don't do it every night. And also, you guys support us. So basically, it's cost neutral. So just be careful. If you're coming out here, you're looking for a place, whether to buy or to rent, pick one with great outside space. You do not need inside space here. If you do need inside space, it's very, very seldom in the year where you close the doors and go in and watch TV, but you need a room about this big, you know, a TV and 2 chairs, that'll do. So outside space is what you need. Don't look for like blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you're looking for bedrooms, obviously, but I mean, the living area is, the outside is the living area here. The second thing you need to do is, unless you've got money burning a hole in your pocket, I wouldn't buy anything if you're from the UK. I just rent. And if you don't want to come for all year, let's say you want to keep 1 foot in Britain, then rent for the whole year. And then you can give the key to friends and family. That's an option, because if you rent for 12 months, the rents are like half the price. If you're doing like renting for 3 months or 6 months, you're paying a fortune. And the other thing is, if you do move over here and you want to move over here, then cut all ties from your home. So if you like move from Liverpool to London, you wouldn't keep a house in Liverpool just in case you want to go back, right? It's exactly the same. If you're going to move, move. Learn the language, like register legally, do all the stuff you need to do, and move. Anyway, ladles and jelly spoons. I have to. I've been on for an hour now. I got to go back and cook, but I'm going to have a sneaky one off camera in Little Germany before I go home, and hope I don't fall over. So let's just see. Jimmy and Sandra in England. Tim, my favourite is bacon, egg, chips, and 5 slices of bread. That sounds like a deal to me. Christy, that place looks lovely. A shame it's so quiet. It's not quiet actually because it's attached to the hotel, so there are a lot of people eating in the restaurant. They're just not out on this terrace, but there's another terrace around there, and also it's not dinner time here. Dinner time here is a lot later than in the UK. So this is basically just a, what's the word? It's an afternoon tea. There you go. And Graham's saying I had a place in Park Santiago for, and I intend to come over and be mortgage free, cycling in the morning, nice lunch at home, dinner out, a few beers, listening to Shelley and Cohen singing. You know, Graham, that sounds like a deal to me, my friend. That sounds like a deal to me. And it won't cost you anything if you're mortgage free, especially in Park Santiago 4. Wow, we'll all be coming over sleeping on your couch, mate. No problem, Tony. What happened with Tony? Oh, sorry, Mauro. Yeah, there you go. That sounds wonderful. Cheers, Tim. Thanks again. Have a great evening, folks. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can do this. Oh, you know what I didn't do yet? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Freaky Friday. I don't know the thing that says like, subscribe and do all the things, but basically what I'm trying to say is if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free. And Google thinks you might like this one next. I don't know which way I'm pointing. And we will see you on Meetup Monday. If you're coming over, don't forget to register online. Otherwise, Christian will say, oh, do I have to go? And it's not that it has to go, but you know, she doesn't want to go and find there's nobody there, she says. So let us know if you want to come. And register online is the easiest. timothynow.com. Press the little button, register here. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for everybody who's low power mode. I have to go because I'm running out of battery. Bye.